Hi, I'm Alan Smith and welcome to the show. Well, there's no secret that life can be hectic, especially if you have children. So in today's show, what we thought we would do is take a look at some ways that you can put a positive spin on daily life, improve your lifestyle in healthy ways without breaking the bank. Whether you grow some of your own food or shop at the market, you won't believe how simple it is to make a few lifestyle adjustments that pay off in the long run for the overall well-being of your family. So are you ready to get healthy and happy? I know I am. Let's get started. I'm in the Arkansas Delta, standing on the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. Just look at the scale of that river. It's quite amazing. And just as the Arkansas River trickles its way toward the Mississippi, so does the creativity. And a must-stop in the small town of Dumas is Miller's Mud Mill Pottery. Run by potter Gail Miller, her studio features stunning handmade pieces with both design and function in mind. Diagnosed with cancer, Miller's art has become her therapy.
I'm a potter. It gives me a reason to get up every day, makes me get out of the house whether I want to or not, because I know I have people waiting on me. Without it, I think my life would be a lot different, a lot different. I hope I can do it to the last breath I take and just drop dead. Wouldn't that be wonderful? It really would. So, but you have to live life a little bit to realize how wonderful it is not to have to suffer your death. Yeah. And I have bad knees. I'm like everybody else my age. We all have hurts, aches and pains. But this makes it a lot easier. And if I get tired at the wheel, I can go to the glaze room. I can repair things. I pop in and out at the front. And this is called pullet. It's kind of like they refer to it as kind of milking the cow. But if you tighten it up too much, it'll pinch it off, like, see, it'll come off. So you have to kind of stroke it down a little bit. Then you put your thumb in it and pull down the nice little groove. It's a learnable trade if you have the desire, but there are lots and lots of steps to learn, and you have to learn this step before you can go to the next step and the next step. And I have made my share of horrible messes, melted kills down, you name it, I've done it. Now I'm gonna leave this one to dry, but I'm gonna put my little signature thing on it. And it's just a little cross to remind people to be thankful and to count your blessings, because life changes every day. I usually kind of half hide it to where and very seldom do I tell people that it's there unless they happen to notice and ask about it. And then when you find it, it's a surprise. That's all we're gonna do to it now is let it dry. Everything we do is high-fired stoneware clay. It's made to be used and enjoyed every day, not just once in a while, but every day. Of course, everybody thinks it's the most wonderful job in the world. They don't see all the work that actually goes into it. The wheel work is my favorite, you know, and I'm happy with it. It doesn't have to be glazed. Those pieces may sit there 2 months before I get around to finishing them up. I can go to that wheel and it doesn't matter what's going on, I can tune it all out, and when I get through, I'm right with the world. I'm tired, but everything's wonderful, for a while anyway. I think the biggest thing I like about it is that when I'm through at the end of the day, I can look around and see what we've done. And it feels good to know you've actually done something.
It seems like we hear the word organic a lot these days, but what does it actually mean when it comes to gardening? Well, for starters, organic horticulture relies on the use of only natural fertilizers and pesticides, avoiding anything that's synthetic. I don't know about you, but it's important to me to know what goes into my plants in my garden as well as into my body. So that's why I always lean toward organic. Now, if that's not a good enough reason for you, there are some other reasons that you may want to consider why organic is really the way to go. Well, you know, it's a no-brainer that fresh foods are better for you. They have a much higher nutritional value and much better taste. And if you're growing them organically, you also don't have to worry about toxic chemicals in your food. Another benefit to going organic is that, well, it's good for the environment. You see, you can take care of your plants at the same time not add harmful chemicals to the water supply affecting birds, small animals, and even insects. And if you're making or using organic compost, that just means you're reducing the amount of organic matter that ends up in the landfills. Plus, you're just enriching your soil, so your plants are happier. So is there any doubt left in your mind that organic gardening is best? Stronger, healthier plants, which means a, well, happier, healthier you. What's not to like about that?
My name is Jacinda Jones. I am the granddaughter of Aretha P. Jones. Aretha P. Jones was a very well-known caterer here in the city of Little Rock and around the state of Arkansas. She was a special caterer for the governor's mansion through several different governors. After she passed in '03, we felt something was missing from our lives. And it was food. It was engaging with people, you know, creating things. And so in '04, my sister and I, along with some other family members, decided to continue her catering business. We would find out at catered events that people were gravitating towards the beverage table more so than the food table. And so we just kind of thought, hey, this might be a good thing. You know, after, 11, 12 years of doing it, we just kind of took upon ourselves to kind of test the market. We created the beverages in a licensed kitchen, and then we would take it to the farmer's market on Saturdays. We missed one Saturday, and as a result of missing, we got a call from the manager of the Little Rock Farmer's Market and said, hey, people are looking for you guys. What happened? You know, we thought we might have something. Aretha, my grandmother, she was, I just say, a genius at picking and choosing what things went together. These recipes were taken from back 1930, and they're brought all the way up here in 2016. I think people are are wanting to get back to, you know, the good old days, you know, when life was simple. And these beverages, you know, when you drink it, you don't have that commercial taste. There's not a commercial taste associated with it. It is something, it takes you back. You know, all of our drinks are, they give you that feeling of life on the porch.
Finding healthy snacks for kids, well, for that matter, adults too, can be a challenge in a world full of processed foods. So rather than going for something that has a lot of preservatives in it, why not do something with fresh fruit? Try my strawberry roll-up recipe. I love growing vegetables, And I love growing flowers. And I love growing them together because, well, they all just kind of can hang together and be very beautiful and also very useful. For instance, just look at this border that I planted with pansies. Yes, pansies are edible flowers. Not bad. You can see here I've let mustard bolt and has a beautiful yellow flower on it. Lovely addition to a salad. But if you dig down in here, I want to show you a little technique that I follow. I go through in the spring and I integrate some of the marigolds into this bed, and you can see them tucked in here. But what will happen as these flowers fade, as temperatures go up, I'll cut out all of the pansy and viola plants, which will give an opportunity for these marigold plants to really expand and knit together, and they'll make a full summer border that will be gorgeous all the way until fall. And then there are ways to get creative with flowers and vegetables or edibles in the vegetable garden through containers. And here I've got a container in the center of these raised beds where I've added some flowers, this wonderful little Senorita Rosalita Cleome with a sweet potato vine. But in the center is lemongrass, a wonderful edible, a great addition to teas and all sorts of Asian dishes. While you may think this is a large container, I really go off the charts with some of them, to the point of putting a structure, a tutor, or a support in the middle to grow things like hyacinth bean vine, which, by the way, is edible, and accenting the feet of this with some beautiful purple eggplant, as well as some bloomers. The main thing to do is just to think creatively and plant plants that you love to eat, but you also love the way the plant looks. For instance, look at these containers of blueberries. Yes, they do really well in containers. This one is called Pink Icing, and I just love its soft pink new foliage here. And then this one back here is called Blueberry Glaze. I love its short, compact habit. Both beautiful plants and a sweet combination of delicious edibles. Give them a try.
My name is Jared Fries. My father and I own and operate JBJ Livestock. We raise white Dorper sheep. We sell a lot of sheep, and then one of my main passions is also showing sheep as well. From the time I was born, I've always been raised around the farm. Like I said, my father and my mother and my brother and sister they all grew up showing sheep together, and that was a big thing they did. We had Rambouillet sheep, and then we transitioned into Shropshire sheep for a long time. Within the last 8 years, we've actually got into the white Dorper sheep, and that's what my true passion has been ever since we got into them.
The white Dorper sheep just work so well for us. We've had other types of sheep, but they're really adaptable to our type of operation where we really want to maximize the amount of time that those sheep are on grass, and that most of their feed comes from just straight off pasture.
I am 21 years old, and I am currently enrolled in Ozarks Technical Community College. It's a junior college where I'll transfer and go to Missouri State University actually after this semester. Eventually, my goal is to actually own and operate the farm and do that as a full-time operation. However, in the meantime, I'll probably go to work doing some form of sales work for feed companies.
You know, there's a lot of future in agriculture, not just for my son, but for anyone that really enjoys it. It's interesting, you know, it's calculated that there will be over 9 billion people by 2050, and all those people will have to eat. We'll have to figure out some way to feed them, and that's what agriculture does, is produce food and fiber. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities, and we're going to need the best and brightest out there to figure out how to take advantage of those. What we're really doing is focusing on, as far as the next generation of farming, is focusing on the positive aspects on it, with making it fun and making it interesting, giving the opportunity for the young people to hang out with other people their age, and also share common interests with their parents. So that's really good from the standpoint that it just makes things bridge from one generation to another.
I would definitely say the youth is going to be a big part in the industry. I see that more and more all the time, especially young kids. It's great to see all these young kids coming in every year to the shows. I've got 7- and 8-year-old kids that I've helped start along, and they're doing great now, and they just love the sheep business, and I really think agriculture has a bright future ahead of it. I would always just say for the young farmer that's out there, just explore your options. Go see real farm life. Go experience it. Go somewhere. Ask a farmer. I've never seen very many farmers that would turn someone down, let them come out, let them see what's going on. Don't get all your sources off of the internet, and actually go out and see what's going on. You'll be really amazed how neat it is.
Very proud of my son. We try not to brag on him too much, and then we can't get along with him. He wants paid more. But no, he's done very, very well, and he's just. It's really neat as a parent to be able to have kids that you can point to their accomplishments, and then also the standing and the respect that he has of people of all ages.
Okay, I could go on and on about giving you reasons why you ought to grow some of your own food, because I'm a guy that just loves to grow things. But there's some real simple and practical reasons. I mean, nutrition and money, expense, that gets everybody's attention. Hey, if you grow your food organically, you don't have to worry about how it was grown. I don't know about you, but I don't like to eat things that have been sprayed with synthetic pesticides. More and more chefs are using organically grown foods that are produced locally. Just makes sense, huh? You see, organic farming starts with caring for the soil. The soil needs to be nourished, which eventually leads to the nourishment of the plant, and then that provides the nourishment our bodies need. Growing some of your own fruits, vegetables, and herbs can, if grown properly, help you reduce your grocery bill. But hey, I've actually grown some $75 tomatoes before, so you can let the expenses get way out of hand, so you have to kind of watch that. But take herbs, for instance. All you have to do is go in the grocery store and look at how much a packet of fresh cut herbs are. Well, you can buy a plant for that. Depending on where you live, you could plant one rosemary plant and have rosemary for decades from that single plant.
Barefoot Bend is we produce livestock here. We do all natural grass-fed beef, pastured poultry, and forested pork, which is just a fancy way of saying a pig that's raised in the woods. We're also putting in vegetable production this year. We do 100% grass-fed beef, so we just feed them grass, and we don't put any fertilizers on our soil or anything. We actually use our pastured poultry to do that for us. So we bring in and we rotate everything together, and all the animals really work together. It's truly an all-natural process that we do here. We operate on very high animal husbandry standards. We want to make sure that the animals are in the most natural setting they have, very stress-free. When we first moved out to this community, there's a little old-fashioned store, or an old store that's been there for a long time. It used to be a little gas station, a little convenience store, and it was called Crow's Station. We said this place was calling to us. My wife always says it was calling to her. She wanted to open that store, and of course I had a vision for it. And obviously now we sell our product out of there, which is great. And we didn't expect that. That really wasn't even part of the business plan. That was just kind of one of those aha moments. It was like, wait a minute, we can sell our stuff out of our little store. It's a community store. I grew up a city boy, I grew up in Southwest Little Rock. Don't have an ag, bone in my body as far as, background. I used to go down to my grandparents' place when I was a kid, and they had a little farm, but they retired to their farm. They didn't have a farm as a living, as a way of life. I just really always enjoyed it. And then after the military, there was just a part of me that just, was longing to be outside, longing to, be walking my fence line. So I enlisted in the military in February 2001, went off to basic training. Shortly after that, 9/11 happened, and all 8 cylinders after that. So ended up having 5 deployments between Iraq and Afghanistan before I got out. It was, I treasure it. I treasure my military service. The military absolutely, lays the framework for ag, I think. I truly feel that hard work, discipline, getting up early in the morning, these are all the things that a farmer has to deal with. Just like in the military, you work all day to push through, meet the objective, and farming is the same thing. You put in all this hard work, and at the end of the season, or when your animals are ready to go, and you know, you're ready to process things and take things to market. You know, you've completed your objective. We bought this property and you know, didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know how to be farmers yet. So we started going to workshops and looking for different things, and we came across the Arm to Farm workshop. Everything just started falling into place for me. That really fueled my passion for the Farmer Veteran Coalition. And you know, I don't really do a lot with them because I'm so busy on the farm, but I'm busy on the farm because of the Farmer Veteran Coalition. So it's this great cycle, because you know, the more I accomplish here, the more I can do for other veterans.
There's nothing like a refreshing drink inspired by the garden. One of the easiest ways to create garden-infused drinks is to start with your favorite vegetable and herb, and then combine it, well, with one of the simplest things to drink, water. I love providing these infused drinks for my guests, particularly during the summer. There's really no limit to the possibilities of what to use. Just use your imagination. I love to use fresh herbs such as lemon balm, lavender, or fresh mint. And when it comes to fruits, strawberries are a favorite, as well as cucumbers and even cantaloupe. Today I've created one of my favorites, which is a combination of cucumber and mint, both very cooling on a hot summer day. I simply took some cucumbers, peeled them and sliced them thinly, and took mint from the garden and crushed the stems and leaves to make sure that the aromatic oils infuse with the water. I simply placed these two ingredients in the bottom of a pint fruit jar and then filled them up with water. Then I placed them in the refrigerator. Now you'll want to keep them in the refrigerator for at least 8 hours, but no more than 24 hours with the fruit in the water. Next, just remove the lid and strain if desired. And you can see we're ready to go. I've garnished these with slices of cucumber and mint. It's really, really simple. Now, if you want to create a large pitcher of this, that's also one way to go. And if you want to intensify the flavor, create some ice cubes by taking the infused water and just freeze the cubes. The thing to do is just get creative and have some fun. Make the most out of your garden and enjoy the summer. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. The whole idea here was to come up with some creative ways to put healthy food on the table and to save a little money along the way. It's so important for us to eat in season and to support our local producers. Now, I know everyone can't go out and grow all of their food, but if you can just grow a little of it, there's something very fulfilling about that. Whether you enjoy getting your hands in the soil and growing some of your own food, or if you buy it at your local market from a local producer, it doesn't really matter. You're moving in the right direction. The main thing is we just want to eat healthier. We want to avoid those overly processed foods. Until next time, I'm Alan Smith. Hi, I'm Alan Smith and welcome to the show. Hi, I'm Alan Smith and welcome to the show. It's no question. Welcome to the show. It's no secret that life can be really hectic. Hi, I'm Alan Smith.